this seminar, which is to the screen. Switch off already. All right. Today we invite one of the external speakers, Mr. Haris Ismail. He's currently the Deputy Chairman of the Building Smart Malaysia chapter. All right. You all know what is Building Smart? No. Maybe later Mr. Haris will explain in more details. So they are basically the non-profit organizations that are dealing with open BIMs and cooperative working relationship. So maybe I believe that many of you have learned this course on open BIM before, right? It's part of your course, year 1, year 2, year 3. Not in civil, I know, but I'm talking about QS and CBM. That's okay. Sorry about that, we got some few technical issues. Yeah, it's okay. I think maybe this is something problem with the screen. All right. So today the topic is called Open BIM Collaboration, which is Mr. Haris going to share with us what is the current status and the future direction in Malaysia. So, if Mr. Haris, you are ready, the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, the topic is given to me by your lecturer. It's actually quite high level. So, good afternoon. Before I start, may I know who already have some kind of training in BIM? Don't worry, there will be no question asked to you. I mean, just want to know because the topic is quite second level. You need to have first level before you understanding the second level. So I need to know who already have a basic about BIM. Because I've been told that most of you already attend class on BIM. Right? How many of you may I know? Don't worry, no, I won't pose any question. Okay, who never had any training in BIM? Not many, okay? So, it's okay. Let me introduce myself. My name is Haris. I'm a construction management background, civil engineering, and currently just submitted a PhD thesis in BIM related to user resistance in BIM in construction industry. So why people resist in using BIM. Other than that, I'm a CEO of Ascension Technology. Ascension Technology is a BIM consultant and contractor, G7. We being engaged with several mega projects implementing BIM in Malaysia, such as in Putrajaya is the Pasir F, the final government office. I think most of you will know that's one construction ongoing, a very huge construction in Putrajaya here, just nearby. And we also a BIM consultant for Pen Borneo, MRT trainer for MRT project. You know, in terms of mega project BIM implementation, we have something to do with it. In terms of Deputy Chairman of Building Smart, you can Google Building Smart. It's an international body that's governed in terms of virtual construction. It's not just BIM. Building Smart, they provide standards in sharing platforms, the IFC. They develop several competency development to standardize BIM implementation in the world. In the world. So that when you talk about BIM in Malaysia and in Australia, in UK, it will be the same terms, the same standards. Because if you didn't follow one standards, every country they have their own term of BIM. I'll share afterwards. And we in Malaysia also have a BIM Institute. We just developed a BIM Institute and a project director of BIM Institute. So in terms of BIM, I've been involved since 2011, not long. Just about 7 years in Malaysia. So why suddenly everybody is talking about BIM is because there's a government policy, government transformation program, construction industry transformation program, 11 Malaysia plan. In all these documents, they state about implementing BIM. And in the construction industry transformation program, since we are all in the construction industry, all in construction industry, no in animation, automation. So everyone is in construction. Who's in construction management? Everyone's scared to raise their hand. Very shy. It's okay. So I've been told that it's construction management and QS, most of them, and civil. So all of you need to know about the construction industry transformation program. So in this document, this document is used to develop the construction industry from 2016 to 2020. So if you grad by next year, you will be involved in this construction industry transformation program. And there's one of the agenda in this CIPP is the productivity driven. To increase the productivity in our construction industry, which needs to use the IBS and BIM. Instead, very specific, IBS and BIM. So BIM is one of the agenda, the government agenda in our construction industry. So when you graduate, you need to know something about BIM in order to participate in the construction industry. And another one is the enhance the project management to produce better and faster outcome. This is also in the CITP. There's a few activities, by the government in order to enhance the management and the delivery of the construction project. Everyone can hear me, because my voice not so. Okay, no problem. So to strengthen the project planning and everything, and all this will require the use of the technology. And in terms of the roadmap, there's several activities will be carried out by the government until 2020, and one of it is to mandate BIM implementation by 2019. 2019 they're going to start mandate, and 2020 it will be fully enforced. So that's why every universities, every academicians start to introduce BIM in their syllabus. Another thing, just to oversee the whole construction landscape, there's a few trends being implemented in the industry. There's a green building, renewable energy, and BIM falls under the information technology, virtual design and construction, VDC. BIM, and there are other trends coming up, and all these trends will be implemented in our construction industry by 2019. So all of you, not just BIM, you need to know everything in order to participate, in order to be relevant in the industry. So today I'll be going through these topics. The topic is about BIM collaboration. open BIM and BIM collaboration. But in order for me to talk about collaboration, I will go through the basic thing lah, so that we have the same understanding. Otherwise, you understand different about some terms, I talk differently, then you get misunderstanding altogether. So I'll go through some basic, but very fast, very browse through about BIM concept, BIM terminology. All this is very important, the advantage why BIM, and then we go to the BIM collaboration. Okay, so when you talk about BIM, there are three ethos. It can be, if you talk about building information modeling, if you say it's a BIM building information modeling, it will refer to the collaborative process. It will refer to the process. If you say building information models, then you are talking about the model itself. The model, when you need to develop the model, the digital prototyping, the model itself. And if you say building information management, that is about the life cycle of asset information. So all these three is BIM. So when you say BIM, you need to be certain which BIM are you talking about. Because I may be talking about building information modeling, but you are understanding building information model. No? So we are talking at the different terms. So this is very important, because this is what happening in the industry now. One person is talking about the model, and another person is talking about the process. So both of you are talking differently, and then both of you have a different understanding. So, and when we talk about the open BIM, what is open BIM? It means that when you apply BIM, either three of the ethos is now, when you apply BIM, you need to use the software, the technology. So the technology in the BIM world, there's a lot of software. There's a lot of software, like stated here, not just this, but there's more software coming up, more software in the world. So when we say about open BIM, means you can apply any software during your project. You doesn't limited to Revit, just one platform from Autodesk. If you use all the platform, yes, it's easy for the transmitting and sharing of the models, but it's not open BIM. Open BIM means you can come the model from ArchiCAD, and then you can share the MEP from Revit, and then you can bring both of the models into the platform of Econex. Maybe is it? You are using different platform. You are using different software. You can extract the quantity using maybe Cubicos from Glodon, you see, Revit for the MEP, ArchiCAD for architecture, and then you extract the quantity using Glodon, and then you share all the information in Bentley. That's open BIM. Yeah? Because all those things can be done, can be carried out using one platform, which is Autodesk. Autodesk can do all of it. Can do the sharing platform, can have an MEP, can do architecture. Same platform means it's not open BIM, means that you are restricted your BIM implementation with one platform. You are tied with the technology. It's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be open. It's supposed to be, there's no restriction. You want to join the project, it's up to the contractor or consultant to use whatever platform that they are ready with. If you stick to one platform like Autodesk, maybe one consultant is not ready with Autodesk because they already have ArchiCAD. And then when want to embark into that project, you said no, you have to change from ArchiCAD to Revit. That is not open BIM. That is not BIM. That is software. Okay? And I'm sure those who attended the software training before, BIM training before, your trainer already said that BIM is not about the software, right? BIM is not about the software. So bear that in mind. So secondly, is a popular tools in Malaysia. All these tools is very popular. Revit from Autodesk, Graphisoft, ArchiCAD, Allplan, EcoSim from Bentley. EcoSim is from Bentley, and then all this software we require to be able to share and interoperable between all these software using IFC. Now, IFC is the conversion, is a format. It's a format like if you use document, the .doc, the .doc, if you save the file under .doc means it can open in any software, right? So same goes with BIM implementation. You save under .ifc, it should be able to open in any software. Should be able lah. Doesn't mean that it's perfect. And there's so many other format. All these formats, all this format is the when you apply OpenBIM, you need to know all these format. Which format we require for which software, what objective, why you need to save this in this format. You know. So these are all the format. It's actually being applied. It's not theory. It's actually being applied in collaboration. BIM implementation in collaboration. So we need to save in so many formats, right? In so many formats so that it can be shared with other people. So this among the format that you can save the file. Even the PDF or the model, we also save under PDF just for the purpose of viewing. So all this is the format that we need to understand and know which format is required for which software. Okay, So the basic thing about BIM. So what is BIM? Okay, BIM is based on the journal published in 2007, the first journal that published by Building Smart in 2007. It said that BIM can be thought of the set of database of the building project. Information in this database consists of integrated data set. As such, BIM integrates the information created by many industry domains. If you Google about BIM, there's a lot of definition. There's a lot of definition. But this is among the most easy to understand definition, because you can see a lot of other definition. In fact, some of the BIM implementers said the definition of BIM is more than people that using it. It's not wrong. All the information is not wrong. All the definition is not wrong, because the definition comes from the perspective of the individual. And the person that define it based on their own perspective, on their own angle, and they define. So that's why you will get a lot of definition. But this is the most easy definition. It is about the database, about the information. You create the information in your database, and the information that you create give you the 3D model. It's not about you creating the models, you know. It's not about you developing the models. It's about you developing the information. You give a geometric information, material information, all those information that give you the 3D visual. You know what I mean? You didn't develop the 3D. You are inputting the information, the building information, the time information, and everything, and give you the 3D. When you develop the 3D, and then you extract the information for your day-to-day activities, like this. This is very basic. Later I'll go to the more challenging about BIM. Okay, you input the information, you get the information, and this information will give you the digital models. And then from the digital model, you extract the information for your activities. Okay, so this is very basic. You click